Hello everyone, I'm Love here, back again with another Awaken Chaos Era video. So in today's video, I'll be talking about two topics. The first one is the Mystique Summon, as well as the new legendary hero that will be introduced in the game, who is known as Mystique. So if we were to check the update notice that we have received today, they mentioned that the Mystique Summon will be available for 7 days, starting from November the 3rd up to November the 10th, which is starting from tomorrow onwards. So what does Mystique Summon means is basically an event and summoning event that allows you to summon new legendary heroes on your account. What do I mean by new? I mean new and unique legendary heroes that you do not have on your account. So let's say if I were to use the hero search index here and click search, the one that I do not have are the ones are indicated in like grayscale, like the black and white, such as like Urian, Holy Light Vergil, Brand the Brilliant, and so forth. The one in the black one is the ones that I do not have. So if you will happen to summon two legendary heroes tomorrow, you will get either the new legendary heroes from this hero search index, except for the heroes that is from the Matrix event, such as like Ilun, not this girl, Ilun, as well as Talisin, which is currently ongoing right now. So you can only summon them after the 3 months period has ended. How this Mystique Summon works is basically, right, if let's say if you so happen to summon a RGB hero, RGB stands for the red, which is fire, green is for wood, and B is for blue, then you only be able to summon these particular heroes. Alright, so assuming if you have all of the heroes except for the light and dark legendary heroes, then it will give you a random hero from the RGB. However, if you're so lucky to get a light and dark legendary hero, you'll pick the ones that you do not have from your account. Alright, so that's basically it for the Mystique Summon, and I believe there will be at least 2 units that we can summon which are unique and new for tomorrow Mystique Summon. Alright, so that's basically the Mystique Summon, and let's check out the new legendary hero that we can get from the from I think tomorrow. Well, I think we can get her now already, since she's already been added to the game. Oh no, I think she's only obtainable through the Matrix as well. So if you were to check the Dragon Cup rally, right, you can see this hero intro. I think this new hero can only be obtained from the Matrix, and once the 3 months has passed, then only you'll be able to summon her through the Advanced Summoning Crystal. So this is the new legendary hero. Here are her overview of her stats. She has a very high base speed. Effect application rate, I think this one is referring to debuff. Control is basically she's able to perform any like stun, freeze, sleep, those crowd control abilities. And she doesn't seem to have any healing capabilities. And these are her stats as well as her skills. So let's quickly go through the index set to get an overview of her stats as well. So this is the obtaining method. So this is basically the calendar on how to obtain her. There's around about, I think, 130 matrices that we can collect from these events as well as the tournaments. Alright, so currently the new hero is located in the Crisis faction. So this is Adoette character animation. Looks very cool. She like splashes out a beaming of light from her like a sunlight. Wow. I thought based from her character design she should be in the Sylvan Woodlands, because she has this, you know, the wood dressing and so forth. But I think this wood is more towards like a dry area, so probably the Crisis faction is the environment that she should reside in. I really love the crescent behind her. It gives a very cool effect. Can you see that? Wow. It looks like a moon behind her. I thought the crescent was the moon behind her, but it's some sort of like effect. It reminds me of about Valeria's, you know, the big red portal behind her. Alright, so let's check out her skills. Before that, let's check out her stats first. So she has an S rating for attack, A rating for speed and critical rate, and B rating for health and defense. So she seems like a damage dealer to me. I thought she would be a support hero based from her stats overview there. Interesting. Really interesting. High base speed, high critical rate. I think either she's a damage dealer and a debuffer hero as well. Alright, so let's quickly go through her abilities, starting with her trait, which is known as the Decay Projection. At the end of a round, deals 120% damage to all enemies. Wow, this one reminds me about Dark or the Dark Aura that performs AoE through damage. It's something similar to this. Damage scales with the number of negative effects on the target. Okay, so the more negative effects on the enemy, the more damage that this one can deal. Up to 1 time every 2 rounds. So you need to wait 2 rounds for it to deal damage. So it's like similar to Dark Aura, just that Dark Aura deals the AoE damage, true damage on the start of the round, but this one is at the end of the round, and this one has a 2 rounds cooldown, which is like a slightly worse version of Dark Aura. Okay, so upon ascending her, this will allow her to replace the enemy positive effects with random stats down for 2 turns up to 1 time per round. Wow, this one is like counter. Let's say this one is a really good counter for like arena. So let's say you go against a Windstrike put up the speed up buff or attack up buff, then all of those buff is swap out with the opposite one. Maybe the opposite one, like speed up will be speed down, then attack up become attack down. Wow, I think she will be a good arena counter. Or it's like a go second team that counters the enemy team, which is pretty fast. I'm not sure whether the render sets down is like truly the opposite. Means if the person puts speed up buff, then it converts it to speed down, or just a random stats down, maybe like focus down or resistance down. Okay, this is pretty interesting. I think it should be the second option, because this one does not really cover all of the buff. Let's say if the person put heal over time, spike restoration, heal, I don't think this will be covered. I think it's just random stats down. Okay, this is quite good. Wow, this one is really good now. But you need to ascend her. Probably you need to ascend her to 5th ascension to get this unique ability. Because I found out that seems like all these new legendary heroes, right, that they introduced by the developer, all requires 5th ascension rather than 2nd ascension. Alright, so let's check out her basic ability, known as the Arctic Leaves. Deals 110% damage to 1 enemy and applies 2 random stats down effects for 2 turns. This one is like similar to Abaddon basic ability that applies random stats down. But I wonder why you call it Arctic Leaves. It's more like desert leaf to me. There's nothing cold about it. More like dry area. Kind of interesting to call it Arctic Leaves. Okay, so this one apply more random stats. Okay. Okay, let's check out her special ability here, known as the Total Annihilation or 3 turn skill cooldown. Annihilation, is it? Deals 150% damage to 1 enemy and applies silence for 1 turn. So it's a single target skill. If the target has 3 or more negative effects, applies stun to the target and 1 random enemy for 1 turn. Oh, kind of interesting. So basically her special skill is like a crowd control skill. So it can silence the enemy and also stun them at the same time. Okay, so probably you need to build some focus on that, maybe 60% for arena. Or if you're using her for like PvE, maybe like 80 to 100% focus for the mobbing, like White Tower Heart or those things. Okay, kind of interesting, but it's not really a good mobbing effect, but it's a guaranteed one. Okay, interesting. Alright, so for her ultimate ability, known as the Withering Touch, is a 3 turn skill cooldown. Deals 120% damage to all enemies. Also applies attack down for 3 turns, critical damage down for 2 turns, and damage down for 1 turn. What? It's like, wow, it's like making the enemy's damage dealer dealing so little damage from the attacks. Attack down, critical damage down, and damage down. That's a lot of debuff for one ultimate. 3 debuff. So I think based from her skill kit, she can be used primarily for arena as well as for... I don't really see her as a PvE speed farming dungeon hero, more towards like a mobbing hero. Because all of her skills is basically is to crowd control enemy, reduce the enemy's damage output, and provide them with lots of debuff. Yeah, so I think that's basically it for her skill kit. So mostly she'll be used for arena, like arena 3 vs 3 arena and real-time arena, as well as I think she could be used for the guild versus environment to reduce the enemy's damage output for the ancient relic, medium relic, and the small relic. So most probably, if you want to use her as a debuffer, then you need to maximize her fullest potential. Then I would recommend you to gear her with high amount of focus stat. A raptor set would be good for her to provide her with sufficient focus. And then since she has a high base attack, most probably you want to build her in like a warrior set as well. Warrior set and raptor set. And yeah. Because curse set would be also quite good to apply more stats down on the enemy. I think she will make a good pairing with like Abaddon to quickly pump up all those debuff on the enemy. And then place all the debuff for Abaddon. Then you can pair her with either one of the elite hero like Raven to deal maximum amount of damage there. This could be also be done. Yeah, this one could be done as well. Alright, so let's quickly check through the Ace Developers Guide to see what they recommend here. So they recommended Raider, Raptor, and Rebel. Oh, this one is also pretty good. Raider set is to allow her to go first, apply the AoE damage reduction on the enemies, and then while she's performing that, she can also perform her stun on the enemies with her ultimate, since this one is dealing AoE damage. So, but I think it would be better to use a Rebel set as well as a Raider set on her. Then if you are able to obtain sufficient speed from Rebel set, maybe you are lacking for focus stat, then you can switch out Raider set for a Raptor set. That will be also a good thing. So, will it be worth it to get her through the Matrix if you're like an arena player and always wants to be ahead of the enemy team to have more variety in your arsenal? And probably you can use or try to get Adoette on the third Matrix fusion event. Yeah, I think she'll be a good counter for buffer heroes, the hero that applies lots of buff on them. Alright, so that's it for my video. Do leave a comment below on what do you think about Adoette, the new hero, as well as are you planning to purchase lots of advanced summoning crystals from the shop, because currently there's like 1 day left to purchase them before the offer is been expired. And if those offer is expired, then you might not have sufficient shards to purchase sufficient shards for the Mystique Summoning event. So that's basically it. If you enjoyed this video, do give this video a thumbs up, as well as if you're new to my channel, click on the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay up to date whenever I upload a new video on this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye!